Hey, friends, welcome to the podcast today. I want to talk about belief, specifically in the closing of the conversation. If you know me, you know I love the word believe. And one of my favorite shows of all time is Ted Lasso. And Ted is a big fan of believe. So I've got believe around my office in a few places, big signs and pictures and little tin cans uh, of breath mints and things like that my wife's given me for gifts over the last couple of years. But I really believe in belief, or as Ted says, I believe in believe. And it's important for us to have confidence in ourselves and get ourselves in a great pre-call emotional state with a pre-call ritual, and for us to have confidence in ourselves throughout the entire sales conversation. And of course, it's important for us to have confidence when we're closing. It's important for us to believe in ourselves when we get to the closing part of the conversation. And that's a key. I mean, honestly, I think about in closing and handling objections and making my offer, I remind myself to be calm, confident, and curious in objection handling. I want to be calm, confident, and curious. I want to believe that if it's a fit, I'm going to make it really easy for this person to say yes and be a part of this. But what I want to remind you of today is something that I definitely do in the closing of sales conversations from time to time, which is that I also believe in the relationship with the other person. And when I believe in the relationship with the other person, when I feel really confident that they should be my client, that we should work together, that there's a deal to be had here, and that I can help them, I explicitly tell them that in the closing of the sales conversation. And so it might be before an objection even comes up. It might be in process after some curious questions after an objection, and it might be both. But I'm going to encourage them, and I'm going to speak confidently, and I'm going to speak belief into the conversation and let them know with great certainty that I believe this is a fit when I believe it. Oftentimes, all somebody needs is enough encouragement to tip them over the edge. And so I'm not doing this as a tactic every single time. It's not something that's pre planned, it's authentic. And this is important. It has to be only when you really believe. But when I'm with someone on a sales call and I know that they're supposed to be my client, I'm going to tell them that. And there's a lot of different ways I might do that. It's not a script, it's a conversation, it's authentic, it just kind of comes through me. But I have a recognition that I do this and that it helps. So, I think about conversations where I've gotten to the end and I'm like, we're responding to objections, we're kind of going back and forth. And I might just tell them, like, listen, if this is a fit, my job is to make it easy for you to say yes and for us to work together. And I genuinely believe that this is a fit. I know that I can help you. I know that you have what it takes to be an exceptional coach. And I believe that I'm the right coach for you. And so I just want to tell you that. I know that you're weighing this decision and trying to figure out if it's a fit for you, if you're ready for this step. I just want to let you know that I really believe that this is a fit. I believe in you. I believe in myself. And I believe if you and I commit to solving this problem together and we invite God into the equation, it's a done deal. We'll make it happen together. Do you also believe I can help you? So it might be language like that. And again, that's not a script. That's not what I've said every single time. That's what's coming through me right now, right? But it's your version of that with the person you believe in. I remember having multiple sales calls with Laura Nizer over probably a 6-month or year-long period. And on like the fourth sales call, just telling her something along the lines of like, Laura, I feel like it's time. I know you've weighed this decision a little bit and you've been back and forth. And I understand that some of the programs you've invested in the past haven't been a good fit, haven't worked out the way you were hoping. But for my part, I just have to tell you, I believe that it's time, Laura. It's time for us to work together. Right now is the time for us to move forward and take the next step. Are you ready? And again, I'm just instilling that belief. I'm just giving that encouraging word with conviction, with certainty, when I believe it. And there have been other times that I've done that same thing. I've just said, listen, like I feel really confident that we're meant to work together. This feels like a total fit to me. And my job when it's a fit is to make it easy for the right people to say yes. So let me ask you this. What do I have to do to make it easy for you to say yes right now? Easy for us to move forward together? What do you need? I'm willing to just have that frank conversation. That's another way to instill my belief. I was talking to somebody today who I really respect, and I had a great conversation with. It was my first time meeting her. A wonderful, wonderful woman. And I feel like she's a really good fit for our conference as a sponsor. And we got to the end of the conversation. We decided to give her a little bit of space to consider and make sure it's a fit. And we're talking again 2 days from now. If you've listened to the podcast before, hopefully you know my strategy of yes, no, or the next call booked. I want to end every call with yes, no, or the next call booked. And so we're set to talk in 2 days and for the decision to be made then. But I ended the call by telling her, I really enjoyed meeting you. Like, I really feel confident that this is a fit. I would love to introduce you to our audience and for them to be able to receive your message. And I would love to shine a spotlight on you and your business. And like, my job is to make it easy for the right people to say yes. So if there's anything I can do to make this easy for you, to make it feel like a total win for you to move forward, let me know. If you need like an extra serving of cheese curds waiting for you at the airport when you arrive in Milwaukee, let me know. If you need a bag of M&Ms, but all the colors except yellow removed, yellow M&Ms only, let me know. I'll make it work. I'll make it happen. And I'm laughing, and it's a joke. She's, of course, not going to request those things, but it's my fun, funny way of letting her know that I want her to be a sponsor, that I really want to work with her. And that kind of willingness to like tell someone when I believe in them, when I believe in the relationship, when I believe in the mutual fit, when I really want to work with them, when I really want to do whatever I can to make it easy for them to say yes, I want to do whatever I can to make it a win. Now, of course, I'm not going to compromise any of my values or any of my boundaries, but I want my point in communicating that to them is to tell them I am very confident that we can win together and I want to make this work. And my certainty, my confidence, especially my authentic certainty and confidence, which is the only way I bring it, is going to be the reason why some of these people say yes, who might not have otherwise. And I just don't want to miss that opportunity. I remember being in a job interview with Mutual of Omaha in my mid-20s, and I was interviewing to be a recruiter on their team. And I remember finishing the interview and leaving and walking to the elevator and feeling like I'd done a pretty good job, but having this sense that I hadn't communicated with complete certainty yet, that I knew I was the right person for the job. And I wanted them to know I was totally confident. And I decided to leave the elevator, walk back into the office, knock on the door, and step back into the room and say, hey, I just wanted to thank you again for the interview, but I couldn't leave without telling you that I really believe this is a fit. I really believe I'm the best person for the job. I'm sure you're going to interview a lot of great candidates, but I want you to know I can do this. I know I can do this really well. And I absolutely believe I'm the best person for the job. And I'm really excited about the opportunity of working with you. And so I hope that you'll make me the offer. I hope that we'll work together. And I'm ready to move forward when you are. So let me know when you know. It was something along those lines, but I just remember coming back into the room after I'd left and giving my speech. My chest was, my heart was beating fast. My chest was pumping a little bit. I felt a little bit of nerves doing that at that stage in my life, that stage in my career, but I did it anyways because it was important enough to me to not leave it unsaid that I believed in this. And I do the same thing at the end of sales calls when I really believe and I know that this is one that's kind of on the fence. My belief can oftentimes be really contagious for the other person. And so again, I want to invite you to this only with integrity, only with authenticity, only when it's true. This is not something that you're going to see me doing on every call. It's not a part of the sales process. It's not a script. You're not going to see it in our 10-step sales training, but you're going to hear it from me now that when I know, I make sure the other person knows that I believe in this relationship. I believe in this opportunity. I believe it's a fit. I believe in them. I believe in myself. I know we can achieve this outcome together. And that oftentimes makes all the difference. So let's believe a little bit more. Let's cultivate belief and confidence through God, through the Holy Spirit, through that knowingness that sometimes God puts inside of our gut, our heart. And when we know, let's make sure we say it out loud. Let's make sure that we give the other person an opportunity to believe a little bit more too, so that we can move forward together. I hope this is helpful. God bless you. Have an amazing week. If you haven't yet, go to ChristianCoachesAcademyLive.com, www.ChristianCoachesAcademyLive.com, and take a look at our conference. We would love for you to join us. If you're listening to this episode within a week or two of it releasing, you can still join us. We've got spots left at the conference, and I would love for you to be there with us to learn more great sales tactics like this, sales strategies from a high integrity perspective that are going to make it easy for you to help the right people to say yes. And I'll say it now. I'm really certain that if you come out to our conference, it'll be the best thing you do for your sales and your business this year. You're going to come away inspired, with great relationships, with more confidence, with a stronger mindset, and with greater sales strategies. We're going to help you sell more. I know it. God bless you. I hope to see you soon. And I hope you have an amazing week. Cheers.